Hello and welcome to this short video analysing Blackberry Picking by Seamus Heaney. This poem is as simple as it looks, so there's no need to overcomplicate it. It was written by Seamus Heaney and published in 1966. And Seamus Heaney comes from a Northern Ireland and a rural farming background. So typically with Heaney's poetry, he tends to use this kind of farming or rural imagery to convey life messages. And this poem is no different. The poem depicts a childhood memory of picking blackberries. So you can see from that image there, blackberry fruit, and Heaney uses the concept of picking blackberries as a metaphor for life. So the first stanza, let's jump straight into it. It's all about kind of seasonal imagery and innocent pleasure. And he uses seasonal imagery in the very first line when he describes late August, and he's talking about the time of the year when it's perfect to pick blackberries. That also becomes quite symbolic for us, because if you look at late August and ripen and put those two images together, it symbolizes life itself and that kind of stage of life actually, and can foreshadow adolescence moving into adulthood. It's also the end of autumn, and that is a precursor to winter. So if we're looking at it in terms of a child growing up, that's all symbolized there. Then Heaney uses colour imagery in this first stanza, and the colour imagery, it represents the fruit ripening. So if you particularly look at, the purple cloth, the red, the green, the summer's blood, and then in turn that represents stages of childhood. But there's a bit of an ominous tone emerging in this first stanza, and that is very, very clear in that final line where Heaney references Bluebeard. Now, I have some annotations here which you can pause and you can take down, but Bluebeard, this is lovely context for you. This is called a literary allusion. Bluebeard was a fairy tale character who was actually known for murdering his wives. It was a very, very dark reference there that Heaney has included. We move into the second stanza then. And we see these words coming through: stinking, sour, rot, rat grey fungus. The berries, after you pick them and he's left them there, they decay. They start going off. And Heaney knows this will happen, and of course it saddens him. And that word rot, especially ending on rot, that blunt monosyllabic sound, is very definitive to signal this is the end. And then the final line of the poem, really, really love the final line. It uses this antithetical structure. Each year I hope they'd keep, knew they would not. That mirrors the conflict between desire and reality. So if we're looking, Heaney knows when he picks those blackberries that they will rot. It is inevitable. And if you apply that logic as a metaphor for life, it's an understanding through life experience that nothing in life lasts. So it ends on quite a despondent tone. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoyed this video.